is Gwira Gwira Podcast. I think you're getting me loud and clear from that side. You shall be getting me connected through YouTube at Gwira Gwira Podcast, Gwira Gwira Promo, Gwira Gwira Media, through Facebook, and also TikTok, jina kubwa jina dogo na za Junior Sauti ya Nyikani, where it is the live show. Now, we thank the Almighty God for granting us the opportunity to be the part of this day. This is 10th November 2025, a year, which is almost ending as we speak right now. So, I'm jina kubwa jina dogo na za Junior Sauti ya Nyikani, the deepest voice in the coastal region. Today, we want to discuss or talk about money circulation. So, when you just hear the word money circulation from the point wherever you are, what do you understand? In our country, what do you understand? Money circulation. What is money circulation? Money circulation refers to the movement of money within an economy. This is the movement of money within the economy itself. How money flows from one person to another, to a business or sector to another. Remember, most of the activities which are carried out in our country, we need money to carry them out. May it be business, different infrastructures which have been carried. Money must be in flow of. So we must allow money to move from one person to another, from one pocket of a person to a pocket of another person, from one business to another, from one sector of economy to another. That is what we all mean by money circulation. And so that this money can be able to move from one person to another to circulate, what is needed, what is required. How should people behave in that way? What activities should be carried in our economy for this money to circulate? And if the money circulates, what happens? What are the advantages? What are the disadvantages of this? If the money is not in circulation, are there any advantages? Are there any disadvantages about the lack of money circulation in the economy? So it includes all the way money changes hands. So what do we mean by changing hands? Changing hands does not mean shaking of hands. It means this money is changing from one ownership to another ownership. Money circulation. Through spending. Remember, people have to spend this money at some time. They decide this is the amount of money we are going to spend. And they make a plan. So this is what I'm going to consume. This is what I'm going to buy. This is what I'm going to save. That is spending the money. These are the people I'm going to pay in my business. This is the amount I'm going to give to my child because of school fees. This is what I'm going to purchase to my wife. Sikiba na watu wanapatiwa zawadi huku nje. Anyway, another one is saving. How much money are you going to save? You have to remember, we say every day, learn how to save and learn how to spend your money wisely. So through the process of saving, this money is odd. Unaamua hii pesa sitaki itembee, wacha ibaki kwa mfuko. Let me save it so that I can be able to use it in another time to come. Maybe itaenda kuniokolewa kwa kitu fulani ambayo huenda itakuwa imenifinya hiyo siku. Also, you can just decide, maybe because watu ngojeka, watu pata na emergency, watu kuwa na different things, situations which arise in our day to day. You just decide to save some amount of money. Someone can just decide to save, kama ni pesa yenye akipata, in every 1,000 shilling he or she received, anaamua, I'll be saving 200 from that. That is saving. Keeping the money, holding the money so that you can be able to use it in future. Another one is investing. So, you have to invest this money from this money you have. If it is 1,000, you want to make it 1,500. You want to make it 2,000. That is investing from that money. And if you allow the process of investing in you, money will circulate, will be moving from one pocket to another, from one hand to another. Another one is borrowing. Remember, There are some people with the money, but they decide, I'm not going to use this money. I'm just going to keep it. So instead of keeping this money on yourself in a position where you're not using it, you just decide, I'm going to rent this money to someone. I'm going to give it to someone. Someone just comes and borrow, then it's given the money to go and use it. Not everyone who has that money needs to use it. You can have the money and decide you're not going to use it. Because there's someone, and also there's someone else who is somewhere who needs this money to use. This person can come to you and borrow the money so that he or she can use the money. Another one. So we have talked about spending. We have talked about saving. We have talked about investing and also borrowing. Okay, the faster and more frequency money moves, the healthier and more active the economy becomes. So, when the money is moving from one hand to another, it means the economy is healthier and it is more active. Just take in a situation where everyone just decide, I'm going to save the amount of money I have. I'm not going to spend anything in the economy. Unaamua nililima vizuri gunia 10 za mahindi, gunia zingine 10 za maragwe, gunia zingine 10 za nini, za cassava and the rest. Unaamua, now I'm not going to spend. I'll just save this money so that I can use it for future reference. Unaamua utaitumia baadaye, utakuwa una confirm. Ukiitumia una refer. Confirm pale ndio paso kuitumia. Then the way you have just decided, the other people decide the same. Wanaamua, hizi ngunia zenye niko nazo nitauza moja moja. The others, I'll keep them safe for my food consumption. Unaamua, then the money itself, I won't purchase anything with the money. I'll store the money for future reference. Confirm. How will the economy be? The economy will be very stagnant. Because the money will not be moving from one hand to another. It won't be moving from one business to another. That is agriculture, example agriculture, because of production there and farming and the rest. That is agriculture. So, when a farmer sells maize to a trader, the trader pays the farmer. Mwanabiashara ameuziwa mahindi, atalipa haya mahindi kwa hela. Remember, this is the time, the modern time we are using cash. Si ule wakati tulikuwa tunatumia barter trade, unanipatia punda, natafuta nini, mahindi. And to your side, did you see these things being equal, being equivalent? Jamaa anakuletea punda, wewe unamletea mahindi kama gunia 3. Jamaa anakuletea kitu kingine kama buzi, unamletea kondoo. This type of things, was it equivalent? But now, there is money, use of money economy, where you can be able to account for this. Unaamua, if this is the amount, unaangalia the other side, how it cost, ndio sasa mnaelewana. It is very easy, by the way, these days. So, the farmer then uses the money to buy clothes and other things. Okay, that means the money circulates. Because mwanabiashara amekuja akanunua mahindi kutoka kwa mkulima fulani kwenye shamba. Akishanunua atampatia hela. Zile hela atazitumia kununua vitu zingine kama nguo and other things to be used in the house. That means the money will be circulation. Because pia mwanabiashara kienda kule, when he or she goes to sales what he has bought from the farmer, it means money will be circulating. Money itakuwa inasonga, itakuwa imekaa mahali pamoja ati you are saving that amount of money. No, it will be in use because of business. Okay, the second point we want to talk is poor money circulation and its causes. Poor money circulation and its causes. Okay, wherever you are, this is Gwira Gwira Podcast. Just get there to YouTube, do something. Comment on the comment section, just say wherever if you're getting us loud and clear from that side. So, poor money circulation happens when money does not move freely among people, business and communities. Poor money circulation. Remember, we want this money to be able to move from one person to another, from one hand to another, so that the economy can keep on growing. So, if this money does not move freely from one person, from the business, and also the community, that is what we mean by poor money circulation. It says in the hands of a few old levers, leaves the local area quickly. Unapata, kuna watu tu wameamua, this year we are not going to spend. Let's use what is in the granary yenye wameweka, ndio wanaamua this is what we are going to spend. We are not going to allow our money move outside. We are going to save the money so that we can be able to use it after some time. Unapata mtu aliamua venye niliseseka last day sikupiga sherehe vizuri. This time I'm going to earn a lot of money. I'm not going to spend a lot of money. Anaamua pesa nitaziweka vizuri. Tukipiga December kule tutaonana vizuri. Sherehe tutapiga. Na kama uko na sherehe kule bana, utualike sisi kama Gwira Gwira. Utualike huko pia tupige sherehe. Mimi ni MC, tutapiga sherehe vizuri. Another one. Okay, we want to talk about the causes of poor money circulation. Tumesema this is where money does not move freely within the economy, all from one individual, from one business, and also community. So what are these causes? One of them being low income levels. When people earn very little, they can't spend money. Imagine in a day where you're spending 200 shillings. Na uko na mwanafunzi, uko na mtoto pale yuko katika shule ya upili, uko na mwingine yuko katika shule ya msingi. Nasikia siku hizi wanaita shule ya awali, that is the grade 6, 7, 8. Shule ya awali hapo. Junior school. You have 3 kids in school and you're earning 200 per day. It means you won't spend a lot of money. When ulikuwa unapita ukipatiwa hiyo 200 unapita kwa kibadaski pale unasema leta hiki na hiki. You spend 150. You remain with 50. Sahi, because you have 3 kids, you just remember how things are going to be when the school fees is needed. You can't spend a lot of money. That is low income levels, which limit people from spending the money. They just decide to save. Wanaamua this amount of money, instead of buying this and this, I can save it and use it for another purpose, which is responsible according to Israel. Another one is about excessive saving or hoarding. So when money is kept idle in banks or at home instead of being spent or invested. As previously mentioned about the saving. Mtu anaamua, we are not going to use this amount of money. I'm going to keep it idle. To use it maybe in December, to use it next year, July, to use it June. You just keep limit of when I'm going to use this money. Then after that, you just decide to take it to the bank. After taking the money to the bank, it will just stay there, unused. And at the time, you'll just decide to go and withdraw that money from the bank. And also at homes, some people decide, I'm going to keep this money in this place. I'm not going to use it. That is one reason why there's poor circulation of money. People are not ready to spend it. They decide to save because of how the economy is. They decide, now what if I'm going to spend this money and something bad happened to me? What if I'm going to spend this money in the bad way, recklessly, and my child becomes sick? How am I going to treat her? Which amount of finance am I going to use to treat her? You just decide, yeah, let me just save the money. That is excessive saving or hoarding. Hoarding is just the same as saving because unaamua, for this time, I'm going to hoard this amount of money. Also, in some time, it happens to our banks in our country. They just decide, okay, we are going to hoard this amount of money. This is the amount of money we can be able to maybe give to people who come to borrow the money. They set some limits so that they can earn a certain amount of money. So that one will lead to poor money circulation. Another one is leakage to outside markets. When we talk about leakage to outside market, what do you mean? When most goods are imported, money leaves the local economy instead of circulating within it. So here you're importing a lot of goods. How do you want the money to be able to circulate in your economy? Yet you're just importing goods. Another one is high taxes or inflation. So this reduces people purchasing power, discouraging spending. If there's a lot of high taxation which has been improved, which has been created by the government, the money will not be able to move freely in the economy. So there will be poor money circulation in the economy because the taxes are very high. How will you be able to spend if the tax is very high? That means if the tax is very high, it means the prices are also high. And because of in consideration of your pocket, you will not be able to use a lot of money. You won't be able to spend a lot of money. You will have to spend less than you used to spend. Because the prices are very high. They are rising from one period to another within a short period of time. Something which you used to purchase at 50 shilling, you find it being purchased at 70. Something you used to purchase at 20, it is 30. So the price keeps on increasing because of high taxes level. That will limit you from spending a lot of money in the economy. So the money circulation will be very poor. Another one, unequal wealth distribution. When a small group controls most of the money, it slows down local economic activity. This is just the same activity we have mentioned about where most of the money lays in the hands of few people. So there is an equal distribution, an equal wealth distribution, where you find only some group of people are the one who are controlling the amount of money to be used, to be in circulation in the country. Because these are few people who know this is the amount of money, this is how the economy is developing. This is how the economy is moving from one side, from one level to another, from one time to another. And because of that difference, some people will have fear to spend the money because they don't know what is happening. They don't know what if I'm going to spend, and some other time this thing the prices increase. How will I buy it without the money? So they have the fear of spending the money because of unequal wealth distribution. In most residents in a town buy goods only from big supermarkets. The situation in Kilifi itself, Kilifi Market, Kilifi Town, where you find most of the students from Pwani University are purchasing goods from the supermarket only. They are not purchasing goods from the other normal and the local business. That one can lead to a poor money circulation because these people are just purchasing from only the supermarket alone. Maybe they think the prices there are very conducive to their pockets. This is a Gwira Gwira podcast. I think you're getting me loud and clear. The third point is effects of money circulation on individuals and business. Effects of money circulation on individuals and business. There's the side of good money circulation and there's the side of poor money circulation. So, beginning from the side of good money circulation, it boosts local trade and employment opportunities. When the money is circulating freely in the economy, the local trade will be able to improve. Because unapata money is circulation, so I can be able to purchase goods from anywhere. Because more businesses have been opened. Pale tu unatoka kwa nyumba unapatana na duka. Because of money circulation. Business have been opened up. The situation of localization and delocalization. So you just purchase the goods from the nearby wherever you are because they are local trade which are taking place because of this money circulation. Remember, in a situation where the money is not circulation, there will not be enough businesses because mtu atakuwa anasema I don't have enough money to purchase this because the money is not circulating. Another one, there's creation of employment opportunities. Money is circulation. Employment opportunities are opening. Mtu amefungua mkahawa pale anaona the way chakula inasonga. Chakula kinasonga from one time to another. So anaamua I need to employ some new members to help me in supplying this food. The other side is reduces business. That is poor money circulation, reduces business sales and profits. Because the money is not circulating, there will be reduced business. Watu watafunga na wataenda nyumbani kwa sababu hawana pesa. Because you cannot stay in a business where you are not getting profit. You cannot stay in a business where you are not getting profit. And because the money is not circulating, you will be able to close your business, end up your business, terminate your business because of poor money circulation. Let's look at the last one as we had the show. Encourages investment and innovation. That is good money circulation. It will be able to encourage investment and innovation. Where there is money, people are thinking, wanafikiria, what if I start this business? What if I do this? I'll be able to get some more money. There will be many businesses. The technology will keep on improving. Infrastructure will keep on developing because money is circulation. In a place where farmers grow coffee and tea, because of money circulating and more employment, mali unapata hii kahawa iko na high demand. The infrastructure will develop, the roads will develop, the technology, how they harvest the tea and the coffee will develop, how they process and manufacture it. It will improve. On the other side, poor money circulation will lead to increased poverty and unemployment. Remember, if this money is not circulating, few people who keep this money on their side, who just decide we are going to save this money, we are not going to allow the money circulate in the economy. People will continue being in the poverty level. The poverty level will keep on improving. Unapata umaskini unaendelea kuongezeka pale. The other one is unemployment. Because I have just mentioned, business will close up, will terminate because of lack of money. So, if this business terminates, if these businesses are closed, the employers who are employed in that business lack job to do. That's leading to poverty also. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for giving on watch, for giving on following, working with me since I started the show. This is Gwira Gwira Podcast. I was your host. Jina kubwa, jina dogo. Nice Junior. Sauti ya nyikani, the deepest voice in the coastal region. Thank you. Bye.